Hey everybody, it's me, Wild Bill Holbert, coming to you from inside the worst prison in the Western Hemisphere. I'm a professional killer, and you're listening to The Jeff Show, Talking with Demons. Your hosts, Dakota and Jeff, couple of idiots.
All right, this is Jeff from the Jeff Show, Talking with Demons, and I'm down here. We got a special, really cool podcast for you. I had to fly all the way down to Panama because I heard that Dakota got himself into some trouble. So I'm here at their prison, and let's see if we can wake his ass up. So they let me in because I gave him like $100, and they said they want to get this fucker out of here. So let's see. Yo, Dakota, come on. Wake up, man. How the fuck did you get here, dude? We were supposed to do a podcast, but I had to fucking fly all the way down to Panama, man.
What? Jeff, what the fuck? Where am I, man? It's so dark. Oh, man, wait.
But you got to take the hood off your eyes, man. It's bright in here. It's not that dark.
I remember, man. Oh, man, I took the banana boats. I took some Columbia hookers with me. What about Bill? Shit, I should wake up Bill, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Bill! We should do the interview, man! Wake the fuck up! Whoop, whoop!
Okay, first of all, this is me, Wild Bill. I'm introducing myself. I'm 45 years old. I was serving 46 years for quintuple homicide. They lowered it to 25 years for my work within the prison, 25 years and change, 25 years and 5 months. So I'll be out of jail in a few years. I've been in prison for 15 years. This year in July will be 15 years. I've known Jeff for a while. Jeff did some artwork for me. I don't know Dakota, but she must be really fucked up if she's hanging out with Jeff. But I like Jeff. Don't get me wrong, but he's really fucked up. So Dakota, what's up, baby girl? Anyway, this is a show. I like this kind of show, and I was just looking over the questions, and I really like the questions. And so I'm going to get started. I'm serving 46 years for quintuple homicide, or I'm in the La Jolla complex in Panama, in the Republic of Panama. I was Central America's most notorious hammerman from 2006 until 2010. Professional killer, never killing for pleasure or just for profit. So anyway, here goes. If you were murdered by Ed Gein, what piece of furniture would you like to be turned into? Or something like a side table or a TV stand or something where somebody's big fat smelly ass isn't sitting on me all the time, like a sofa or a chair or a bed. If people are gonna fuck on you, gonna sit on you when they're nasty, you come home from work, fuck that. So like a lampshade or somehow like my bones into a table, something like that, I think would be better than having some big old fat nasty bitch sitting on you all the time or something. How about playing Fuck, Marry, Kill with Bill? So Jeff, I'm just gonna say I don't have a fucking clue what the fuck you're talking about, and this is my answer, and I want to play it. I don't have a goddamn clue what the hell you're talking
Sorry about that, Bill.
Because there's a lot of different things. But let's say I come home and there's Sugar Britches sitting on the couch trembling, and she's killed some dude that was breaking in the house, or like, don't worry, baby, daddy will take care of that. And so that's one thing. Or if my son was drunk and made a mistake and killed somebody, would I help him? Of course I would. And so of course I would. I think that, and if you answer this question any other way, then you're a fucking dipshit. Then you're a piece of shit, because like, we take care of the people we love, don't we? And if you wouldn't help even if they're guilty, even if they're wrong, like I will beat you for what you've done later to correct you. But right now, so you don't go to jail for the rest of your life, let's see if we can't get this straightened out, me and you.
Fair enough.
Let's get it straightened out. And so that's the answer to that question, I think. So I would help But like it's like different. It's like this. It's like if I had somebody in my life that was killing people gratuitously for fun and profit, or just for fun, let's say, like my kid was a serial killer. No, I wouldn't fucking help him because like you're fucking sick. Something wrong with you. But I mean, if it was an accident or a one-time thing, or he was drunk and got mad, or or something like that, yeah, I would help. So I think it just the circumstances are not 100% yes, but if barring like somebody being fucked up in the head and sick and doing shit like that for fun, yes.
You can count on Bill.
First concert that you'd like to go see when you get out, and would you go back to the United States to see it or in Europe? Well, first of all, I ain't going back to the States unless they fucking make me. I'm afraid of the United States today because you bunch of goddamn motherfuckers have really fucked up our country. I don't understand what the hell is going on up there. I left y'all motherfuckers in charge of America in 20 years ago, or 21 years ago now, in 2004. And what the fuck have y'all done with America?
I don't know.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, in every way. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like on every side. I am extremely right wing, actually, but I mean, like even Trump, Jesus Christ, that's the best you guys can do. That's one thing. But then like the little children changing their genders, going back to the States, and there's no fucking way I'd be welcome there. And I understand things here in Latin America after having been here for a long time. So I don't have any desire to go back to the United States. I want to go to Europe because there's like a bunch of people I want to see and a bunch of places I want to see as well I haven't seen before. I don't want to stay there, though. I know that it's probably, I don't know. I haven't been there, but I don't think that it's for me. I don't think it's for me to stay. I think it'd be a nice place to visit. But concerts, dude, I don't know. I have been... I have been so people saturated for 15 years that I like music, but to go to a concert, I don't think so.
Metallica?
I just don't think so.
Pantera?
I wouldn't even mind singing in a fucking live band or something. But apart from that, I just don't. I can't imagine being in a place with a whole bunch of people like that and being comfortable. I have seen, I've had people rammed up my fucking ass, and I don't mean that literally. Nobody's been in my ass. I'm a virgin, in my poop chute. But I mean, like, I've been crammed in with people for so long that I am so looking forward to open wilderness skies and like turquoise water and shit like that I don't think that I'll probably never go to another concert ever again, honestly.
That's sad.
Are there any famous murders that you are envious of and wish you had done their crime? No. Fuck no.
That's a hell no.
I haven't done any of that stupid shit I did. If I had everything to do over again, literally, and I mean what I'm about to say, if I had everything to do over again, I would have joined, like, I don't know, probably the Marines out of high school, went through some extreme combat and special forces training, got out and created my own mercenary army. I would have liked that. I would have liked the camaraderie of the military. I didn't do that. I don't come from a military family, and I just didn't even consider really that option growing up. But if I had it to do over again, I would go, and I like being physically trained. I didn't realize that until I went to prison so much. And like when I was whacking people, I constantly went to seminars about firearms and shit like that to get more versed in my trade. But like, I like training and being trained. I learned to fight in prison. I was a boxer first, and then fought MMA some here inside the prison. And I really liked physical training a lot. I became an athlete really in prison. I mean, I was an athlete on the outside. Growing up, I played like the regular sports everybody else does: football, baseball, shit like that in high school. But I'm talking about like something way beyond that. Like, I like that, and I enjoy the discipline of it and the camaraderie of other people who do it as well, and like other people who box or the people who fight MMA. I enjoy that camaraderie because you, like, in a way, better than everybody else, or sets you apart from everybody else, like, and like you have something special to talk about and shit like that. And so I would have, if I had to do all over again, I would have went through some kind of real super duper fucking combat training, let the government train me real good, and then leave that and have worked as a mercenary, formed a small mercenary outfit. And so that's what I would have done. you know. But famous murders, I don't know. I'm not a serial killer fan at all. People call me a serial killer, but I hate that. Actually, that they call me that because I don't feel like one. I kill people for money, not because I enjoyed it. Every time I ever killed anybody, I was nervous as fuck beforehand and didn't want to do it. And then afterwards, it was like a great relief. Like, oh, thank God that's over. For at least for right now, I don't have to worry or think about that shit anymore. It's successful. Fuck you, pay me. You know, that was the
Fuck
way.
you, pay me.
Question: would you rather eat diarrhea, filled calzone, or a mug of period blood? I think certainly that I would rather eat blood than shit. You know? Because blood, I don't know, I like pretty much everything that comes out of a pussy. But blood is not as bad as shit, for sure. Like I was thinking about like gynecologists. This isn't your question, but the question made me think of this. Like a gynecologist, it's like if you were an auto aficionado, like you liked Lamborghinis and Ferraris and shit, and so you thought, well, I'll be a mechanic, and that's like a fucking gynecologist, right? Like I like pussy and so a lot, and so like I'm gonna be a gynecologist, so I can look at pussy all day, but you don't look at fucking working vaginas. You look at vaginas that are fucked up, vaginas that are broken, and you get home and your old lady's like, let's fuck, and you're like, Jesus Christ, another vagina. I wonder if that's what it's like, you know, for a gynecologist. I would think it's probably like that. Question: would you rather stick your hand in a blender until you reached your shoulder, or spend the rest of your life as a head and torso? Obviously, sticking my hand in the blender would be painful, but I would still have my penis and the use of it. Because as a head and shoulders, a torso, even if it didn't hurt, I wouldn't want to do that because I would lose the ability to fuck. And beyond anything else, I don't have a vice anymore. I've defeated all my vices except vagina, and that's like a vice I don't want to defeat, man. I like girls, and so I think that I would suffer through ramming my hand, and if I could stand it, you know, I mean, if I could make myself do it, or like maybe somebody would have to hold me down and do it for me, you know. But I wouldn't want to live as a head and torso because I want to be able to use my pee-pee. If you were in prison for life and you came across a tranny that was as hot as any woman, but that had a Buffalo Bill dong, would you still ram it home as an alternative? Well, I'm in prison here, and like all the ones that dress up like girls or whatever are ugly as homemade fuck. That's the first thing. And second of all, I don't know, but you said if it looked just like a girl, but it had a big dick. Still no, and I'll tell you why. Like I could never be in an orgy because like the sight of another penis disgusts me. Like I don't even like. First of all, I don't watch a lot of porn. I have a really overactive imagination, and I don't need it. That's one thing. Second of all, in the porn I have watched, I can't stand to watch some dude fuck a chick because it's like I don't want to see a dick. I mean, I want to see mine. I like mine. But I don't want to see it like a dick. Like I could fuck a couple of girls in half many times. Fuck a couple of girls at once, but I could never. I had this friend of mine, right? First of all, in a Panama prison, you can fuck girls. There's like a bunch of different ways. We don't want to get into that right now. Just take my word for it. Office chicks and like in the old prison, not where I am now, but in the old prison where I used to be when I was first in prison, I used to bring girls in at night at 8 o'clock at night, and then the police would sneak them back out at 4 o'clock in the morning. If you want to look up stuff about Latin American prisons, you'll see they're very fucking different than American prisons, extraordinarily different. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, the tranny thing, I think was. And so I can't stand the sight of a penis. Like I used to have this friend. This is the reason I was telling all that. I just have this friend who is a Panamanian guy, and he like all the really good hookers here are Colombian girls, all of them, and the most physically attractive ones too. I think Colombian girls are probably the prettiest girls in the world, honestly. But anyway, so he used to tell me, like, let's get a couple of Colombian hookers and fuck them. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? And so he's like, well, we'll go into the tower. The tower's like this room, right, where we have a key. As prisoners, we have a key to the tower room. and we'll just fuck them. I'm like, me and you and 2 girls. And he's like, yeah. And we'll change in the middle. I'm like, okay. Fuck you, dude. And he's like, what? I'm like, I do not want to be in the same room as you fucking some girl. And trading girls in the middle of it, like, I'm going to put my penis into a hole where your penis, fuck you, dude. I'm like, I'm the weird one. You know, it's like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with Bill. I'm like, I'm the weird one. But yeah, I could never do an orgy. I mean, I could do an orgy if there's a bunch of chicks and me, but I could never do an orgy with like another dude with a dick. So I mean, just the fact that she have a pecker would be enough to keep me from, would make me get, wouldn't me, I wouldn't be able to get hard, I don't think. I read this thing, I've thought about this many times before about that. It's not like a fear of penises, but it's certainly I'm disgusted by them. And so I read this thing that about Freudian, like Sigmund Freud, Freudian psychology, where Freud said that if you have a strong distaste for something, it's because also deep buried in your subconscious, there's a strong, like you like it. And so you've created this strong distaste so that you won't like it. You know what I mean? Like the idea of fucking your mother. That was an example that he used. Actually, you have this strong distaste. The idea of fucking your mother is horrifying, and it is, isn't it? I mean, any man listening to this horrifying thought, isn't it? Good God! I mean, it's like just horrifying. And the reason you have that strong distaste for it is because you also have a strong desire for it. That the distaste, the anti-catheks of that covers that up. So I've thought about that on some subconscious level. I might like penis or something, and that's why I have this extremely strong distaste and like anti-catheks. That's the catheks are where he was using anti-catheks for just like, oh, I see a penis, but it is that way. And so like I had somebody accuse me of homophobia, and I'm not scared of gay people. I'm not scared the gay people are going to come and get me. But the thought of 2 dudes butt fucking is disgusting as shit to me, and I'm sorry if that offends anybody. I'm sure that to a gay guy, me ramming it home in some girl's cooter is probably also as disgusting as anyway, I don't know. This is kind of going off subject. Would I fuck a pretty tranny in prison? No. Are there pretty trannies in prison? No. The fucking trannies in prison are like, oh my God, how horrifyingly ugly. Have you earned your Red Wings? And if so, can you describe your first time in gritty detail? I'm assuming you're talking about fucking a chick when she's on the rag. And the first time I ever did that? I mean, that's the question I'm answering, because I don't know exactly what that means. But I'm assuming that that's what you're talking about. I wouldn't eat a girl's pussy who's on the rag. That's not something I'm interested in doing. But fucking her is cool. A lot of girls get really horny also when they're on the rag, and so that don't bother me at all. I think that if it's going to be on my bed or any surface in my house, we'll put a towel down first, though, because like you got to clean up afterwards, and I don't want that shit soaking into my fucking mattress because it'll stink a couple days later. Like I'll tell you something else. We didn't ask, but I'll tell you. I used to be married to a girl who wanted me to butt fuck her all the time. You know, she wanted anal all the time, and I fucking hate anal. I gotta be like the only dude in the world that I find it horrifying. And bitches always say, "Oh, I'll do the enema to clean all the poop out." I don't give a fuck, man. I got a big sausage, and that motherfucker reaches deep up in there, and like I don't know. I always at the end of it, there's like this peanut butter shit all over my dick that I got to go wash off, and I find that just horrifying, you know. And so but fucking no, but bleeding cooter is okay. And so the first time I ever did that, let's see, who could that have been? I won't say her name because I'm still friends with her, but she was like my first real girlfriend. I'm sure that we did because we fucked that's all we did is fuck. And so but like, she was my first girlfriend when I was like 17. That's probably when it was, I would guess, 16, 17 years old. I don't remember the actual first time, but I remember the first time I ever got laid, and then from then on, like, the world is like revealed in the way that the inside of a vagina feels against the skin of my penis. Oh my God. And every single time it's the same thing. I mean, like, it's not quite as powerful. It's like the first time you ever do blow, you know, the first time you ever run a line of cocaine, it's so fucking good. And then afterwards, it's still good. Once you like, it's still pretty good, but it's not like that first time. But I remember the first time I was ever in this girl. I won't say her name either because I still know her too. My first one, I was 15 years old. I got laid in Judy's Motel, which is not there anymore. Got washed away in a flood, in a little bitty place. A little bitty hotel. Judy's Motel, not her hotel. Judy's Motel was owned by like Arabs or Indians, excuse me, not Arabs, I'm sorry. Indians from India. And what the hell's the name of that place? Lake Lure, North Carolina. Yeah, Lake Lure. And anyway, Lake Lure, the river there washed during the big floods recently in the last couple of years, washed the whole town away. And poor old Judy's Motel is just not there anymore. But that was the holy of holies. I remember, and I remember putting my dick inside of her and thinking, oh my God, this feels better than I thought that anything could feel. I mean, like I'd masturbated a million times, but it wasn't the same at all. It was like, oh my God, and a 30-year love affair with the vagina began. It's still an ongoing thing. So if they're bleeding, don't mind at all. But please wash the thing. It shouldn't stink. If you can do one murder over, how would you change it, and what would you do? All right, this is a really good question, actually, and I would. There's like, well, first of all, let's talk about it this one way. One way I could say I wouldn't change nothing from nobody, never. And the reason people say, oh my God, well, I'm not saying I want to go and kill people again. I don't. And I have no intention of doing that. I'm getting out in a few years now, and I have no intention of going whacking people again. That epic is over my life, and I want to move on and do something else, obviously, and not go back to jail. I'm not a sicko with like some kind of a bloodlust or something. I was just an asshole that liked to make money. So that's one thing. But another thing is like the one that got me in trouble was the last one. I killed this woman who, her husband paid me to kill her, and if I had never killed her, I wouldn't be in prison now. And I didn't want to do it. I said no 3 times to that job, and was coerced by some friends of mine in the underworld to do it. And they came and kind of tried to guilt me into doing the job just because like they had helped me and blah, blah, blah. And they were whining about it. And so finally I just decided to do it. And it didn't pay very much. And it was just a favor. And that was the one that got me in jail. And I had this rule. I didn't kill anybody that wasn't in the game. If you weren't part of the underworld, if you weren't, soldiers killing other soldiers, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. Do you? I mean, maybe you're listening, maybe say, oh, it's God, you're awful. Oh my God. Well, go fuck yourself. Fuck you. You're not our people, or at least not my people. But I mean, like, gangsters killing gangsters, people being involved with organized crime, killing other people involved with, criminal enterprise. I don't have a problem with that. I still don't have a problem with it. I wouldn't want to do it again. I'm not condoning my behavior either. It was not right. But anyway, I had this rule that I didn't kill civilians. I didn't kill people that weren't involved in organized crime. And this girl, she was married to a drug trafficker, but that was like her only crime. And I said no a couple of times. I'm not trying to wash myself of guilt. And I assure you that I'm not washing myself of guilt, because I'm fucking serving. That was the one that blew up. That was actually the crime that blew up. I broke my own rules in many different ways in that murder. One, I worked with somebody else, and that's what got me in trouble, got ratted on. And I had rules like, I don't work with anybody else. I collect my own money. I don't collect any money up front. You pay me afterwards, or I'll fucking kill you. And you don't kill civilians. And I did kill this woman who was a civilian. I let myself be talked into it. I'm the one that's to blame for it. And so, fuckity shit, here I am in prison because of that. But going also on the other side of that coin, going to the prison was the best thing that ever happened to me. I mean, it was the hardest thing, terrible thing. And I don't want to be in prison. I'm ready to get the fuck out. But it made me change myself and my life. I mean, it made me face the reality of that life. And if I hadn't gone to prison, I wouldn't be alive today. There's no doubt about that. Because, like somebody would have killed me for sure, 100%. Or I would have ended up killing myself because I was doing all kind of crazy shit too. I don't know, I thought I was invincible. And so So in a way, I'm thankful for prison. And would I change it again? Probably not. Leave it alone. Leave everything like it is. There's anything I can do about any of it anyway. So we don't got a time machine, no how, because it's all speculative and speculation. However, that's the one that got me in prison. If I could change one of them, and like I really liked the lady Cheryl Hughes, she was a nice person, and so it was a fucking shame I did what I did, and I wish I had it to do over again. Actually, I don't wish I had it to do again. Things are how they are. Leave everything like it is, but I certainly wouldn't do that again. I wouldn't do any of it again, but especially that one. Finally, is there a sex act you would not do, and why? I had a girl who was giving me like a really good blowjob, and she goes down to my balls, and then she's going to try to lick my ass. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I asked her, I said, she was a, Panamanian girl. And so I asked her, I said, are you religious? And she said, not really. And I said, are you Catholic? And she said, yes, I am Catholic. And I said, that's good, because bitch, you about to meet Jesus. What the fuck are you doing? Get your fucking tongue way away from my asshole. She's like, no, you'll enjoy it. I'm like, I ain't going to enjoy shit because I'll kill your ass. What the fuck is wrong with you? Suck dick, bitch, not asshole. So we already just kind of talked about that, but I don't like butt fucking a girl, and like the idea of butt fucking a dirty, hairy ass man is like beyond horrifying. That's the right word, horrifying. And I don't want nobody touching my fucking ass, and like I don't even want a prostate exam, and so fuck that. And then like I've had women complain and like really like a couple of different girls like really like, no, but there's some sort of a gland inside your ass, and if I rub it you'll like it. Maybe I would like it, but that's even worse. Like Stifler off of American Pie, remember that? Fuck that. I don't want no bitch with her finger in my ass. That's not going to happen. And also another thing is like, I'm beyond dominant. Like, I like being cruelly, and like, bitch, you'll get a safe word, but if you use it, I'll be like really disappointed in you, and you'll not see me again either. But but just so that nobody says I'm raping you, here's your safe word, and I will stop if you say it. But if you do say it, I'll never see you again ever. And I like being very dominant sexually, but I wouldn't like. The idea of being dominated sexually is like vomit. Like some bitch trying to hit me, and like the way that I treat her, she's gonna try to treat me. I'm gonna hang you. What the fuck, bitch? Anyway, so I guess those are the two things: no butt stuff, and I do the dominating 100% of the time, not ever dominated. And so again, it's possible. I'm willing to admit or entertain the possibility that there's a strong desire in my subconscious for those things. That's why there's an anti-desire. Freud said all people, men and women, are bisexual by nature. And I know that all women are bisexual by nature. But are all men bisexual? Maybe that's why we in the West, thankfully, heterosexual men, thankfully, have a very strong anti-penis cathetics, like, or at least I do. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm alone in that. But I don't want to see no naked dude ever. I like being naked with girls myself, and I like the way that my pee-pee looks. I like my wiener, but I'm not interested in seeing another one at all. So that's that. I really enjoyed this interview. It's been real fun.
There's more
really
though.
Like pineapple. Does pineapple belong on pizza, you asked? I really like pineapple on pizza myself. I like Hawaiian pizza. I don't know why people get so freaked out about it. I like it without pineapple too, but I like it with pineapple. If you gave me a pineapple pizza right now, I'd be happy as hell. The only thing that would make it better would be a pineapple pizza with a girl with like with some pussy, or a blowjob. A pretty girl. There's nothing better in the world. There's nothing better in the world than a pretty girl that likes to suck cock. That is the best girl in the world. Like, there are girls who just like to suck dick. Those are the best girls in the world. I love those girls. So if you're out there and you're a girl like that, you're a pretty girl, that likes to suck dick, I love you. You know, I mean, like, from my heart goes out to you. Thank you very much for just existing. I hope I get to meet you one day and that you get to practice your trade on me. What we were talking about pizza, though, weren't we? Pineapple on pizza. I like pineapple on pizza. That's good. I like pineapple without pizza. I like pizza. I don't give a fuck what kind of pizza it is. I like it. I mean, I don't care. I like pizza. All right, the ever so popular shaved or bush? And if bush, do you like special designs such as your name shaved right above the hoo-ha? The only hair on a woman's body should be from her neck up. You know, like her fucking eyebrows and her fucking hair. There's not. I don't want her to have any hair on her armpits, any hair on her poontang, any hair on her butthole. I want a hairless pet. You know what I mean? Like, baby, shave all that shit. And if you got that arm hair that's really fucking heavy, you know, that forearm hair that's really, fucking wax that shit off too. So, I mean, I like my girl squeaky fucking clean. Because, like, all that, I'll be honest with you, like, I'm not a hypocrite. I shave my arms, my chest, and my balls as well. And, like, I don't keep my chest and arms shaved like a girl keeps her legs shaved. I don't. But, like, I shave it like once a month. And I keep my balls shaved once every couple of weeks because it's just cleaner. And, like, but pussy should be hairless. And I come from an epoch when pussy was not hairless. But pussy should be hairless. It's better hairless. It's cleaner, better, prettier. Like, a lot of girls do that landing strip thing. Cut that shit off. Shave that shit off. Every girl I ever married, I tattooed my name either on her ass or on right above her hoo-ha, you know. And so, property of. And so, all the bitches that were married to me go around. That's like a pretty long list. It's a pretty long list, actually. Go around with my name on. They have to, you know, whoever's fucking them now has to see my name. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. So I'm saying goodbye. What's the nastiest thing that a girl ever asked you to do, and I know that you did it, you sick fuck? So I paused to think about this one because, like, I've had a lot of fucked up sexual experiences, but, like, things that I declined to do, two come to mind immediately. One girl, like, I stopped seeing her because of this. She was, like, really good in bed, but she always wanted me to piss in her mouth. I'm like, I can't. If I have a hard on, I can't piss. I don't know if other men can. Does anybody else have this problem? I can't piss if I have a hard on. I have to wait until I'm not hard to piss. Like, if I fuck a girl, right, and I pull out, like, I come and I pull out, I go to the toilet, it's going to be like fucking 20 minutes before I can piss. I don't know why. It's just a physiological thing. But I was like, it's not. First of all, I don't want to do that because then I'm going to try to kiss you after I pissed in your mouth. Bitch, I'm not going to do that, first of all. And second of all, like, it's like a physiological impossibility. I'm horny. I want to fuck. I can't piss right now. So that's one thing. Another thing is I used to have this girl that, like, all the time, well, not all the time, but I only fucked her twice, but she wanted to, this is fucked up. She wanted me to put peanut butter in her asshole and eat it out, and then wanted to put peanut butter in my asshole and eat it out. And I'm like, bitch, ain't nobody, first of all, I ain't putting my tongue in nobody's asshole. That's the first thing. Second of all, ain't nobody putting their tongue in my asshole. My asshole's off limits. And that's another one, like one of them anti-cathex things that we talked about, the Freudian thing. So I don't know. My butthole is an exit only thing. Nobody, including myself, has ever even seen my butthole. It's a clandestine thing, and I will die never having anybody, including myself, ever having witnessed my butthole. It will have lived for however long, hopefully 100 years, and I will die without it ever having been seen. That's one thing. So I guess those, the peanut butter butthole girl and the pee-pee in the mouth, she wanted me to whiz in her mouth. I'm like, no. Like, one is a physical impossibility, and the other is just disgusting as fuck. Peanut butter doesn't really go with sex anyway, much less butt licking. Knowing that you have friends of Brother Bill on social media, you have quite a social media following. Would you start an actual cult once you're out, and who would be your members, and what are the rules? Would you have both men and women? And are there ranks? Would it end up like Jonestown or the Manson family or a whole new end result? Yeah, it's funny that you say these things. Actually, these things I think about sometimes. Like let's talk seriously for a second. I would really like to start. No, I'm being really honest. Like I always thought the Caribbean is a great place. There's so many places that people don't even realize here that are like completely lawless, meaning there's no fucking government to bother you. So like that whole Jonestown thing, obviously, Jesus, Jim Jones was a nut. But I mean, like the idea that he had was pretty cool. Like a whole bunch of people coming down and living however the fuck they want. I would love that, you know? And like 99% of the people who follow me are women. But like most of the chicks that follow me, I'm being honest. I mean, like, and the girls will tell you the truth. I mean, like to tell the truth, most of the chicks that follow me are like housewives who are married, have families, have children, and I'm like their dirty little secret. You know, they love me and they can come and hang out with me online or maybe chat with me in WhatsApp, the application I used to talk to everybody with, and then like I satisfy their dirty sexual and violence and just everything, every evil desire that they have, I'm their satisfaction of that. So that really won't make for a cult, because like the chicks are not able to even wouldn't be able to leave their lives to come and hang out with me. And so would I start something like that? Probably. That will probably happen, actually. But it would probably be a little bit different following than what I have now. I'm like extremely right wing on social issues and extremely left wing on financial issues, and so I'm like a right wing communist in a way. But which is an odd thing, like, you know, but I love people of every color and stuff like that. Who would be the members of my cult? I think people who are sick to fucking death of like politically correct bullshit and being controlled, because people are very fucking controlled today, more than ever in the course of human history. We are controlled today, but the problem is that we are controlled by the extremely wealthy people who own the media. Like the media and like the corporations, for instance. I'm going to take this as an opportunity to preach a little bit. Corporations, the same corporations that own McDonald's stock, own pharmaceutical stock, and also own like stock in food, like you know, agricultural products and stuff. So like people, they make you sick with their products, and then their pharmaceuticals cure you or keep your fat, bloated, artery clogged fat ass alive with pills that you really don't need either. So if you didn't eat their food, you wouldn't need their fucking pills. And so they send you to McDonald's as a treat, and then, you know, they sell you ramen noodles at night to eat, and then you get sick because you can't eat that shit because it's not food. And then they sell you a pill to keep your ass alive. And so it's just like they get all your money and they keep you alive, and they get all your money from the fucking medicine. Anyway, I'm sick of that world. I don't know if you are, but I'm sick of that world. I'm sick of that world where I can't say what I want to fucking say either. Like I can't say that it's an absolute madness that these people are whacking off their peepees and I'm a girl now, or strapping on a ding dong with real meat and being like I'm a boy now. That's all madness to me. Sorry, I bet whoever has to fucking. That's just insane. And what's even more insane is to like teach children to do it now. I mean, I don't want any part of that society. That society has run its course and needs to be destroyed. I mean, like, first world Western society, unfortunately, has ran its course. It's in that decadence phase that comes right before hard times. And that social phase, all this is irrelevant to your question, actually, and I'll get there if you'll bear with me. That social cycle is that hard times create strong people. Strong people create prosperity. Prosperity creates decadence. Decadence creates weak people, and weak people creates hard times, and we start over again. You know, that's the social cycle. We're in that part where weak people create decadence, and decadence is just about ready to create hard times. Some nasty, like for instance, what bunch of fucking fat, worthless, lazy, bitching because my Starbucks wasn't how I wanted it, motherfuckers in the United States. What happens if they fight a real war now? I mean, and they have to sacrifice. Are they going to be able to do that? I don't think so. I really don't think that. I think it's just, America is just like a completely rotten apple on the inside. It still looks good on the outside, but it's rotten on the inside. Not just America. I'm not anti-American. I love America. Don't get me wrong. But all of Western Europe, Australia, New Zealand, all South Africa, all fall into the same fucking category of being rotten at its core. And the reason is because we're absolutely controlled by multinational, global corporations. Those are the enemies. They don't give a fuck about any nationality or any people. They give a fuck about making profits and being more fucking powerful and in control. And so you have, like, at the end of the day, you have like 20 fucking people that rule the world. And there's us and them. And there's also the idiots, puppets that are involved in law enforcement and politics and shit like that work to maintain the rich people in their high position. I'm not a communist. I'm not even a socialist. I believe in capitalism, but like not what they call what's today isn't really capitalism. It's totalitarianism by one small group. I think that it's absolutely asinine and fucking immoral that someone can own $1 billion worth of shit. What the fuck can you do with $1 billion that you can't do with $20 million? When you reach $20 million, you can't live any better. I mean, that's as good as you could live. And then you got these motherfuckers that have like, $100 billion now. And they rule the rest of us. And like, and then there's don't even get me started on the Federal Reserve and all that shit. So what I'm trying to say is I'd like to start a society having nothing to do with that shit. It was independent of that, like a little pirate society. And in some little third world country where there ain't no rules. And also I would certainly set myself up as God, and I would certainly take sexual advantage of the women, and I would certainly be upfront and open about that. And so that's what I would do. But like, I wouldn't lie about it. Like, I'm going to fuck the chicks and I'm going to be worshiped and we're all going to have fun and we're all going to do cocaine and have parties and everybody's going to be happy. It was tercero, which means 1/3. There was a man named 1/3. And that was his like nickname or whatever. Everybody goes by their nickname here. Nobody in prison goes by their real name. Tercero was murdered by two guys, and it went like this. In this patio where I am right now, it happened. And his ghost is still here. I know that people laugh about that, but I don't know if it's his ghost, but there's a ghost in here for sure. There's no doubt about it. I don't feel weird about it though. I have been in places where I felt were haunted, where I felt uncomfortable, but I don't feel uncomfortable here. But sometimes at like 3 o'clock in the morning, somebody knocks on my door. I'm like, what the fuck? There's no cops anywhere, here. Between here, there's no cops that come in here between 6 at night and 6 in the morning. Everything's locked completely down. And so, I mean, like, there's cameras and everything, but there's no cops. And in my room, shit's flown off of the fucking, this isn't what you're asking about, but I'll get there. Shit flies off the shelf and stuff all the time and hits me like from one side of the room to the other. What the fuck? How's that even possible? There's no breeze or anything in here. Okay, worst murder. Tercero was a guy who was a tumbador. And what that means is he like people who are moving kilograms of cocaine, he robs those, kills the guys who are trafficking it, or not trafficking it, but like the mules. He'll go in, take it, like with his group, with his soldiers, go in, kill everybody, take the cocaine, and then go and sell it. Well, anyway, he got put in jail for something else. I don't even know why he was here, but the big bosses in Colombia, were paying like $50,000 to have him killed. So 2 boys from an opposite gang in cell block 2-3 cut a hole in the chain link fence. This is really ingenious. One of the things they did is really ingenious, and I'll tell you why. They climbed out, and the cops didn't see them, and they crossed on their bellies across the roof and climbed down into this cell block where I am now. I wasn't in this cell block, but I happened to be here when it happened. I was working here when it happened. Anyway, he was free inside the patio, inside the cell block. When I say patio, I'm talking about cell block. That's a Panamanian word. He was inside the cell block, walking around or whatever. They waited until their people in the other cell block, in the 2-3, the people in the 2-3 took a fork and crammed it into the electrical socket, causing the breakers to go off. Why did they do this? Because all doors to the entrance to the patios to the cell blocks are opened by electricity. A push button. Push the button. When the electricity goes off, they have to go actively up to the control room, get a key, and come back down and open the door with a key. It's like a 20-minute process, or not even that long, but I mean it's like a 5-minute process. So they pop the breakers, plop. They pop the breakers, right? Then the guys cut a hole in the chain link, and the cops see them now cutting actively, but they can't come in because the fucking breakers are turned off. So they climb down inside. They got 2 like big ass homemade knives that are like fit to skin a fucking crocodile with, And he really fucked up because he should have tried to fight him, but he ran like a bitch. And like he ran to the door thinking the cops could open the door, and he was beating on the door like, help, help, help. And they just stabbed him and made Swiss cheese out of him from behind. But like they didn't really know what they were doing. They weren't very professional. They were just fucking kids, They're like stupid ass kids. They weren't like really murderers and like really killers. They were just gangbangers. And so they start stabbing him in the back. I mean, and that ain't gonna kill him. You know what I mean? And so they're like stabbing and stabbing and stabbing, and he's screaming. There's blood every fucking where, and they're both just like. So they stab him like 115 times or something. I mean, like literally like an enormous amount. Finally, and so he finally dies in like a puddle of blood, and they're just like covered in blood. And then they just go and sit down on the bench and wait for the cops to get the door open and take them away because they know they're in trouble. But they did it for the money. But like, here's what the deal is. It was a sick, fucked up thing to see the guy die like that. He wasn't a bad guy. I mean, I'm sure he was a terrible guy. If he killed somebody in your family, you'd probably hate him too. And such is the end of all tumbadores, all men. Drugs are an ugly business. I don't like that business because it's very easy to die. I had a friend of mine, and this isn't part of your question, but you might find it interesting. I had a friend of mine named Juan David that went free. I met him in prison, and he was a Colombian guy, and he went free, and he gave like 300 fucking kilograms of cocaine, or like didn't give it to him, but he like gave it to people to traffic it north for him. And then what they did is just killed him so they didn't have to pay him. And that's the drug business. The drug business is fucking horrible. And so I don't like it. Like my business, killing people, was more honest and more straightforward, And especially as a freelancer, not working directly for anybody, working for whoever. Or even working for yourself. I kill people for myself too, as well. Anyway, but watching them stab him for like 5 minutes to kill him because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. I mean, like, if they'd turned the blade sideways and rammed it between his ribs and touched his heart, that would have been the end of the thing. But they're like just stabbing and stabbing and stabbing, and he's screaming bloody fucking murder. Blood's going everywhere, and they're stabbing and stabbing and stabbing, and they ain't got no fucking idea what they're doing. So that was the worst one.
All right. Thank you, Brother Bill. That was pretty interesting questions there. I think we're going to go to the day room here and discuss, kind of mull over what just happened here.
And Bill, don't forget your banana, man. Next time, give me a boat that doesn't blow up, please. It was joy. We had a great night. We played cards and hide and seek because I couldn't find you. But please, Bill, next time, don't give me a banana blow boat, okay? If I'm talking about the banana barn and blowing, I will tell you next time, buddy. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the interview. Keep the five alive, brother.
Bye, Bill.
Bye-bye.
Shit, that was some crazy fucking answers they had there, man. What do you think?
Oh, good Lord, man. I thought this gonna be just fun. But he took that way too serious. Wow, prison changed your minds. Prison really changed your mind, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
He's been there for a while, and he's seen some shit way different than the prisons here. I don't know about in the Netherlands, but the shit that he's seen on a daily basis is way different.
Oh man, well, the Netherlands, you can go wherever you want. You're a believer. Well, you go to the church. You can work. You can, but holy fuck! That moment, I had a great laugh. Sometimes I had a great laugh, like the Ed Gein question. It's like, I don't care what I would be. To be honest, make a table out of me or a TV standard, as long there's no big S on me. No fucking, no lurking. I just don't want to have a big S on me, like nothing. And I was like,
no sweaty
smelly.
ass cheeks.
Even he said smelly. No smelly bodies on me. But then I asking myself one question. He said, or a table or TV standard, right?
Yeah.
But if you would end up as a table, it would be like kind of disrespectful because people put things on you and spell things on you. So even if you don't want to be a couch, what if somebody drops his cola on you or when they eat Mexico food and they drop it on you? So I would, if I was Bill, I would be a TV standard because like the television on you and everybody respects you and
that's a lot better. With the dinner table, a lot of people still do the nasty in the dinner table because you still might get some stinky ass crack, leaving some stains on you there.
And most time when you're mad or you're playing video games, you smash on the table, right? So, and Bill is not not somebody that you want to disrespect. He's very polite and very kind to us. Well, to us. So
for now, till maybe after he hears his interviews.
But I was thinking myself, right? Okay, if I had to ask my question myself, Ed Gein murdered me, and he gonna make something out of me. What would I be? Well, I know Bill loved pussy. So I was thinking, Bill, why don't you want to be a tongue? Undies for women so you can see pussy all day, all night, right? You're close to the pussy.
That's a good thought. Or he could be a dildo. Just cut to the chase. He doesn't want it to be on their ass all day long. Just be a fucking, be an accessory.
If there's something I learned from Bill today, Bill doesn't like anal and he doesn't like dick. But what if your name is Dick and you are an asshole?
Your name is Dick and all.
You can't be friends with Bill.
Yeah,
but you can't be friends with Bill.
No.
But one thing, I love that Bill wanna come to Europe. He told us, you hear it yourself, I wanna stay away from America.
Can't blame him too much. I'd go to Europe instead.
Well, Bill, you and we will go to the banana bar in Amsterdam.
We need to go back in there and ask him that question. Would you eat a banana from the tuna boat?
Yeah. Well, as long as it washed and shaved. No hairy girls for Bill. And one more thing, Bill doesn't want to see a dick. So everybody keeps his dick inside his pants. Only Big Bill. Well, Bill will take Big Bill out. And then the party can start it. But this is one question, Bill. I know you're listening. You said no butt stuff, but in the banana bar, the girls shoot things like ping pong balls out their body. Would you enjoy to see a girl plopping out a ping pong ball out her body hole. Would you want to see that?
I'm gonna ask. I think I'll answer for Bill. He's gonna say no on that one because he doesn't like the butt play. I don't think he just doesn't want. Some people don't. It's cool.
Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, the other thing that really spoke to my mind was when we asked him about would you help to dig up a body after a murder, and he was pretty on the point, like, as long you do not kill for fun and it's an accident, or you are family or a close good friend, I would help. But only in he said only in specific ways, like you are drunk and you will end up in a fight, or there is a bitch at home and does something wrong, as long it is not for fun. So I'm asking myself, what if a couple friends, me, you and another person are playing Russian roulette. You and I win, and this guy shoot himself through the head like Nirvana, like Kurt Cobain. Would Bill help us out as well? Because we did nothing, right? But it was for fun.
But it wasn't accidental. We did it for fun. Just clean up your own mess, you dumbasses.
Okay.
It's got to be like in Pulp Fiction. You've seen the movie Pulp Fiction, right? And
yeah, of course, man.
They're in the car, and was it Vince is talking to the kid in the back, and the gun goes off by accident. He's got the gun in his hand, the back seat, and That's something where you call the wolf, you call the big bad Bill Wolf, and he comes in and helps cleans up the back of the car with you, and then he'll kick your ass later.
Yeah, but I don't think that I will survive a kick-ass from Bill as well, because he told him he was a boxer and MMA fighter. I don't even want to how you say, I don't know what's the English word, well, like arm wrestling.
There's arm wrestling.
Oh man, I respect Bill
100%,
but I don't want to have Bill against me.
No.
Trust me, Bill is a great guy, but holy Moses.
Well, so, with anybody, it always doesn't come down to strength, and of course, I wouldn't fuck with them not out of strength, out of respect, and that's with anybody. I don't want to piss anybody off. I wouldn't want to fuck with them, but yeah, and his experiences, he's trained,
Yeah, but ho, Jeff, wait. What if is Bill left or right-handed?
I don't know.
Because he said that he preferred to stick his hands to his shoulder in the blender. So if he does that with his fighting hands, makes him, I mean, he said it himself. He prefer his dick. His dick is more important than his hands.
Yeah.
And in the Netherlands, we have a word called swaffelen. It means that you take your dick like half hard, and then you smash it against the girl face. You know how sometimes you do that?
Yeah.
But you also could do that on objects. I think even with a big dick like Bill, he could like knock the fuck you out.
So he can have a handicap. He can lose a dominant hand, but he still's got a dominant dick, and that's still gonna donkey punch you right in the fucking face.
Oh man. Yeah. And he would do it like well, like he always said, I didn't murder for fun, I did murder for money.
Yep.
What if so Bill first put his arm till his shoulder in the blender. Then he helped with his handicap. He helped us to dig up a body. And then he smashed the shit out of you with his half-heart dick. Then you have a good fucking movie.
It's a continuous story. We're taking all the questions, and then how do you tie in the tranny question into the next steps?
Oh, good Lord. That was a wild ride. Wild ride with Bill. Bill is I now understand why they call him Wild Bill. Damn.
Yeah. We're not going to ask him that question again. We're gonna bury that one with his help, because he says he will help our mistake of asking that stupid question, and we're going to bury that in the backyard.
Yeah. Like Rick and Morty did.
Yeah. What else you got?
If he would like lick somebody that's on her periods.
Right. If he would, has he earned his red wings? And if so, what are the dirty details? And he answered it inadvertently. He thinks it is the red wings is having sex with a woman on her period, is more so of going down on their period. But he answered that anyways, right? And then some. I think there was some booty hole entered in that equation as well.
Yep. A lot of booty hole. A lot of booty holes. Trust me. He literally said, I hate to get peanut butter shit on my dick.
The creamy and the extra crunchy kind.
Yeah.
Neither
and
either.
I was listening to that. I asking myself one thing. And I think you guys think, oh, he's a stupid fucking guy from Europe. What the F is a motel? You go to a hotel.
Holiday Inn.
F is a motel.
Lesser quality,
Is that the place
one level.
Is that the place in like Dexter where you fuck and murder hookers?
Pretty much. A Super 8 there, lesser quality, usually one floor, maybe two. Hotels.
Yeah, those when you are the hit and run, then you hide there. That's a motel. But where's the M for? Like motel. What does the M mean?
Mutta. I don't know what the M stands for, motherfucking. It's a motherfucking hotel. We have no-tell motels. And I remember as a kid driving by the motels, and you could see a camera sticking out the door, so they're doing adult filming there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, most time when I drive on the street, I see a big M, like a big pole with a big M on it.
Yeah.
This is one thing that next time when we speak to Bill again, then I'm wondering if you and I could take Bill to a McDonald's, what would he order?
Quarter pounder with cheese.
How do you know? You already took him to the McDonald's before?
Yeah, we had a play date there.
Yeah, but Bill's more pizza guy, right?
Well, unfortunately, he does like pineapple on pizza, and I can't hang with that.
Yeah, that was kind of awkward, but
yeah,
he changed this subject very fast from pizza to blowjobs. I know pizza blowjob. I know steak blowjob day, but like, I understand now. If you eat a lot of pineapple, your little fish will taste much tastier, more and more fruity. Maybe
right.
That's why he. But what? I mean, if I was Bill, I would enjoy the pizza without the pineapple and get sucked when I'm eating the pizza.
I don't think we have those kind of restaurants here. It sounds like they would have that in Amsterdam, though.
Well, what about Hooters? Hooters doesn't do any sector. What's Hooters then all about?
Chicken
Just
wings.
Like,
it's a sports bar.
Chicken wings. Okay, this has nothing to do with Bill, but like, I have to tell you a story, Jeff. Back in the days, I was writing to some people, and they asked me about, hey, can you send me photos of chicks? But I'm from Europe, right? So if you ask me photos from chicks, okay, or chicken. So I sent this guy 22 different breeds of chicken, of chicks, sent it out to him, and he wrote me back. And I was like, okay, what's going on? And he literally said, well, I'm so thankful. And I was like, why? Did you rub one out on it? Or he was like, I traded the chicken photos for food. Because there is a farmer here and he haven't seen any chicken in a long time. It was just like a photo. But this guy was so happy that he could hang up like photos of chickens above his beds. And he could literally noodles and milk instead of it. Like a trade, like milk and noodles for photos of chickens.
But where's the value in that? Give him a picture of some milk. You're giving him a picture of a chicken. You shouldn't get a real picture of milk, real eggs. He goes, here, I'll fucking give you some pictures. You can rub out, you want some secret sauce to rub one out on these chickens? Here you go.
And what if we sent like beautiful photos of chicks, like real women, to Bill, and he can watch them while he's eating his pizza?
He doesn't need it. Remember, he says he already has a very good imagination. He doesn't need to watch porn. He can already visualize. He's got a good spank bank already developed.
Chicks. Yeah, the Colombian ladies, right?
Yeah.
Colombian, but all shaved up. No hair under the armpits. No hair downstairs. I'm wondering how his if he go down under, she can't be on her periods. She have to be clean as fuck. But if she has on her periods, he has no freaking problems to be the pirate on the Red Sea. But bring your own towel. Because Uncle Bill doesn't want his bed stinky after a couple days. So bring your own towel. And just a little tip from Uncle Dakota, don't bring a white towel. Just bring a red towel or something.
Red towel. Might as well blend in. Nice
Also,
maroon.
You're going to smell. So, just between you and me, Jeff.
Everybody quiet.
Can you piss with a hard one? Because Bill can't piss with a stiffy. I'm pissing Bill, if you listen to this, I piss every morning with a stiffy. I have to take 3 step backs, push my hand against the wall, my left hand, my right hand, I push the Eiffel Tower down, and I piss. Yes, it hurts a little bit, but I piss. I piss with a stiffy.
You said Eiffel Tower. I imagine more of like the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's even a Dutch girl, a Dutch singer. Her name is Patricia Pai. For all the Dutch listeners, we all know the video. Patricia Pai. She's sitting in the bath, and somebody pissing in her mouth, and she's like gorgling, like blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's a little salty. It's nasty. So, Bill, we all understand. You're a good man. You're a guy with respect. We do not piss ladies in the mouth. We piss them off, but we do not piss in a beautiful Colombian lady's mouth. But now we're talking about penises. What if Bill have to take a piss? Bill is in a bar and Bill have to take a piss. And there are people in the toilet already. The standing pissing. You know what I mean, right?
Right.
When does Bill take his piss then? If he don't want to see any penises?
He'll probably clear a room and tell everybody to get the fuck out. I'm gonna take a piss, and there's the fucking door.
And what about showers? Don't you do showers all together in America, like in America History X? Like, how does the shower work in America? Does he have his private shower, or?
It's a good question. I don't know what kind of facilities they would have for a shower there. Is it just a hose on the back?
Yeah, you ask me. I don't know.
Right?
I'm literally. I'm just wondering how does a shower in America work?
Are you talking about in jail or just in general, like at home?
No, in jail, of course.
Yeah. Seems like it's going to be the old, like you'd see in movies. It's a big mass shower. And you go do your thing. I think it's more in the women's prisons. I was watching actual documentary today about what goes on in the women prisons. Like, you know, it's like you go in and you turn gay while you're there. And you have to wear earplugs at nighttime because of all the commotion going on with the girls doing their whatnots. And it's more acceptable in culture, apparently, that for women to have women relations in prison, not so much in men. When they would mention that in the shower room, a lot of shit would go on. A lot of sex activities in the shower.
If Uncle Bill comes around, then I don't think you will be happy.
If Uncle Bill comes around
So let's say, what will Uncle Bill do to his bunkie if his bunkie is playing the sausage, or his bunkie has a good time with another man? What would Uncle Bill do? That's literally what I'm asking myself. What will Uncle Bill do? Because Uncle Bill doesn't like dick. And Uncle Bill told us, oh, by the way, Bill, uncle is a thing that we say in the Netherlands. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's not like disrespectful. It's
same here.
It's like, you see, when you hang around with each other, you start about like brother or uncle or auntie. It's a Dutch thing.
Yeah.
If you don't, yeah, but maybe Bill doesn't like to hear that I call him like Uncle Bill, of course. So that's why I explained to him right now. That's how we say it in the Netherlands. It's a Dutch thing. So Bill, if you do not like it, you called me a woman before. You thought that I was a woman. So make it even. It's.
That was the best.
But,
when I first heard that, I said,
oh,
I'm going to leave that in there. And I even told him, said, just for future reference, Dakota is a dude. And I know Dakota's going to love that you said this. And then he sent an apology back, which we'll play. And it wasn't needed. It was sweet. It was nice, but it wasn't needed, but it's fucking hilarious. I love it. And I hope, Bill, that, you have a great sense of humor. And that's why it's not, we're not roasting you. We're just adding a, comic spin to the questions. Just kind of help, because you could tell some of the questions he was kind of laughing at. There was a chuckle in there when he was asking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so, and Bill, what he told us, he's the man. He's the man in the relation.
Yeah.
He is still like, he's the big man. He said himself.
Big man
I
on
have
campus.
two things. I am dominant and no butt stuff.
Yeah. And keep it clean.
Keep it clean and shaved. Well, I think if Bill was my brother or my father, I would be like proud, because Bill is a real man. Bill is also against, well, maybe some listeners not going to like what I'm going to say, but Bill is like me against trans people. You was born with a dick or you was born with a pussy. You are a man or you are a woman.
That's heavy.
I know. I said it.
I think we just
So I
lost
don't want to hear like.
We just lost 3 viewers right now.
Oh fuck, man.
Popping out.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry, not sorry.
No, it's here for opinion. What I can say from looking at his, looking at his social media, he says he doesn't want to apologize for being an old-fashioned dude. He's proud of, he says that's what women miss that are into, hetero women. They miss the old school guy that takes over, that can fix shit, that doesn't cry about shit. He's all about that. He's not apologetic on it, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know if it's something you and I talked about yesterday, but I was talking to a mutual friend of Bill's, a female friend, and I mentioned that there's no fucking way that anyone's going to cancel Bill because he's not a place to be canceled. He could say whatever the fuck he wants, and there's nothing that anybody could really do except for deleting accounts. That's it.
Yeah, that happened with me as well. Right? I got banned on Instagram and banned on the social media because I'm saying what I'm saying. And I'm 100% of what I'm saying. I gotta back out. And this is the funny part because because we do this podcast. For me it's now Wednesday morning. Like we just hit the 12 o'clock, okay?
Yeah.
So normally we do this in this podcast we do like on Saturday. This Saturday we will have another special guest.
Who's that?
This lady, she's not only swallowing semen, she's also gonna swallow her opinion to not fight me or Jeff. But this specific lady, she is an old officer.
Okay.
Inside prison. And she is a fighter for the LGBT plus liquor, beer, guns, and drinks.
Is that what that means?
She told me, Jeff, like, okay, I want to be on the show, and I'm not gonna fight you guys. I want to share my opinion and my story about the insights as when I was an officer. And I respect that. Because he also could say, like, okay, I want to be on the show. But one thing, you let me speak out for the people that are from the ABC clan. And she didn't.
Yeah.
But it will be cool because what did Uncle Bill what did Bill said? When he comes out, he want to start a cult, right? It will be like a good one.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going back to the old days, like you have to have a beard like us and a mustache and have muscles and only eat your meats raw, like red meat and well, Bill, I'm in Europe. I'm not allowed to own guns, so I still hope I can join. Even maybe we need guns, but I really can't, man. Yeah, sorry.
They're probably not needed. You got the strength. Strength in numbers, strength in your muscles. You don't need guns, man.
My mouth.
Yeah. That's your weapon. Especially at the banana bar, from what I've heard.
Oh, man. But there was also a thing, because banana bar, we talking about eating things out and getting stuff in, and we asked some dirty questions. You hear it yourself. We asked some dirty questions.
That's what he wanted. He wanted dirty.
About diarrhea and if you want to eat poop or blood. And should we go? Do we have to talk about that? Because do we?
Not really. That's what we came up with. It definitely shows the maturity level of this interview.
And there was, what the funniest part was about this whole interview, Jeff?
What's that?
There was one question that was so innocent. there was one question that was so extreme innocent. Do you remember what the question was?
Besides the pineapple. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What concert would
besides
you
the
like to see when you
pineapple.
come out? What band do you want to see live? He's like,
Oh man.
and he kind of paused. He was getting to the answer. He was like, I thought he was gonna say, I've been so out of the loop on music. I don't know what the fuck music is. You know, he's got a contraband phone, but I don't know if he listens to music anymore. But he said, I'm so tired of being around people. I don't want to be around fucking
But
people.
but if we have to spectate, where should he go to? Like Dolly Parton or something? ABBA?
The Hills Have Eyes with Dolly Parton.
I don't think that. I think like Bill's a big guy, but I think he loves like little personal songs. I think like, somewhere I think Bill likes Dolly Parton. Don't you think? He does.
Sure.
Bill doesn't seem like Bill seems, and when you're not from America like me, then you hear he's like a little country. His voice is more country for me.
Southern.
So I
Yeah.
think maybe I don't know if Bill knows who Joe Exotic is, but maybe he listens to Joe Exotic.
Does he sing?
Oh yeah, Joe Exotic is a musician, man. Did you know that?
I haven't seen that documentary in years. I don't know much
Oh
about
man.
Joe Exotic.
If I turn Joe Exotic on in the car, my girlfriend, she almost want to stop the car and kick me out because she
I could see
literally.
why. I don't think I would want to listen to Joe Exotic sing or whatever the fuck he does.
You think that's the worst part? The worst part is that I gonna sing with him, and she said I can't sing.
Okay. So you don't have a singing voice.
Well, I don't know, but I'm not gonna sing for you.
You're not gonna.
maybe the only way when I'm gonna sing is when Bill celebrates his birthday.
You're gonna sing him happy birthday?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna sing, and also another thing. Of course, I'm gonna paint Bill. How cool is that?
It's very cool.
I asked Bill today, like, hey Bill, do you mind if I make a painting from you, like a thank you for this podcast? You know, he helping us, so I want to do something back. Sadly, I can't bring him Colombian ladies, so he could go to the tower, like the tower that he talked about, and have a good time
Yeah.
with the ladies. Because I heard what he said. He don't want to be in the same room with me because he said I'm weird Bill. Then I'm the weirdest one. So no Wild Bill, but that is Weird Bill.
Well, he called us both pretty weird, which is a compliment for coming from Bill. So if a ex, what do you want to call him, hitman thinks that you're weird and fucked up, that says something.
Well, it's funny, right? Because if you ask like a lot of people in the true crime world, or like if you ask true crime world, and you say call out a hitman, everybody would say Richard Kuklinski, right? The Ice Pick Man.
Right.
So when Bill said people call me out as a serial killer and see me as a serial killer, I had a strange face. And I was sitting here listening to this. I was like, yeah? But again, I'm from Europe, so for me, things are different. What Bill could be like huge there. But as far I know, Bill is through the social medias, through what he posting, through what he's showing the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for him, it's a good thing because he decides what we European people see of him. But I never heard of Bill as a serial killer. I never heard Bill as a hitman in a documentary or on television. If we talk about a hitman, we talk about the Ice Pick Man, Richard Kuklinski. But for me, I know Bill as Wild Bill. So, Bill, if you hear this, see it as a compliment. I see you as a person. I know your case, of course, but I never has seen you as a serial killer. Like your own word said, I have done it for money, not for fun.
That's like calling the
And
mob serial killers, right? They killed a lot of people, more than most, but they're not serial killers.
yeah, and it's weird to say, and I think people that listen are like you're sick, you're a psycho. But I agree with Bill here. I have done it for the money and not for the fun.
Right.
And that's the big thing between Kuklinski and Bill. Kuklinski did it also for fun. He made fun out of it, and Bill did it to survive. He needed the money.
Right.
So can I say something bad about Bill? No. Why not? We all do stupid things when we need money. But sometimes you, like what Bill said, if the last lady, if I never ever done that case, I never would be caught, and he might stop himself. He might would say like, okay, it's okay for now. I just stop myself. And sometimes you get away with it and people stop.
That's such a hard thing
You
to
know what I'm
say
saying?
because, right, people always ask if you could do things over, would you? But you wouldn't be at the spot that you are now. But at the same time, that's one of his murders that he would wish that didn't happen, but it also affected where he's at now. So is there a way you can go back in time and still stop that from happening and still have it change? Would be, I guess, a different way to ask that question.
But Bill said, I'm happy that I'm inside now because he could end up dead himself. He could be the target himself. So,
And then on that note, I would want to ask him, so once you get out, do you think there's a possibility, and he never snitched on anybody, so I don't know if there would be a reason, but do you think there could be a hit on him when he gets out from his old lifestyle for whatever reason? Maybe someone's pissed off that a job wasn't finished. That makes you wonder how he feels about that.
yeah, I mean, isn't that weird to ask yourself because you have done fucked up shit? That's true, right? I mean, he said it himself. I've done fucked up shit. Yes, I've done it. And I'm, well, proud is a big ass word, but I got respect for Bill because he doesn't walk away for his, for what he did. He said it, well, maybe he said it with proud. Maybe he just said it in his own words, but he said, yes, I have done it. That's it, literally. Yes,
He owns
I've
it,
done it.
right? He's not denying it. A lot of people
Yeah,
do.
that's what I'm saying. So, is it really weird that there could be shooters on the roof when he walk out? Is it that weird? No. If I steal a scooter at somebody's home and I'm on the surveillance cameras and they have my face on it, and as soon as I come in that secret in that specific area again, should I watch my back? Yes. Do I have to think about, should I watch my back? Yes. Why? Well, because I stole a scooter. And my face is on the camera. My face is only on the internet right now. So is it really weird that Bill said there might be a chance that somebody want to pop me? No, that's not really weird.
Not a weird question, but you'd want to, just curious, what would be the motive? I think, if anything, if not from just pissed off of not something finished that they wanted to, just out of notoriety. Like, I'm the one that shot Bill.
A motive? You ask me what could be the motive?
Yeah.
Well, just somebody who is jealous about jealousy.
Right.
Jealousy. Dots. No, any other words, just jealousy. I know this world, we're living in a woke world, jealousy. Because a lot of people want you to be hurt inside. They want to see you burn inside. They want to see you have pain inside. They want to see you cry all day and night. And Bill is for how far he can do, living a pretty good life. I mean, he got his phone, he got his interviews, he has a voice on the outside, he got somebody he's running social medias for him, he has his own t-shirts, he has so much more than like somebody, like a pedophile, let's say. I mean, you know what I'm saying? A pedophile have to watch his back every day.
Oh, yeah.
Every day. Is Bill a pedophile? Hell no. Bill would beat a pedophile. Even if he's dead, he will beat the dead out of the dead. That's
Yeah.
Bill. And that's a good thing.
Yes.
You do not touch kids. But what I'm trying to say, what Bill done, okay, it's not okay. Bill does also know that. But could it be worse? Yes, it could be worse. As soon you see, like Bill, again, what Bill said, I did it for money, not for fun. If you ask me, what is a hitman, Dakota? I would say, well, that's somebody who shoots you through the head. Boom. One bullet, it's over. Okay? That's how I see hitmans, right? If you ask me what is a serial killer is like a cat and mouse game.
The fetish.
I murder somebody on a brutal way. I have fun in it. I'm gonna make a little game. I'm gonna cut body parts, everything. And Bill was like, I do the job, you pay me. Boom. So, do I agree what Bill did? No. Do I understand why he did it? Yes.
Very interesting.
It's about mental. I want to understand, why did Bill? Bill, why did you do it? Bill said, I needed money. Okay, you needed money. So we can go to step 2. Where did you need the money for? It's make things easier. Because Bill's literally said, money, no fun, money. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, no hard feelings, okay? Murdering is never okay. But there is a difference between a homeless guy with no family, than somebody's daughter on a school having a whole life in front of her. You know what I'm saying?
There's a difference. I get what you're saying. You know, life is life. But yes, there's a difference. But that also can go to the serial killers that would go after prostitutes because they're easier to lure into a car, and they're.
I know. I asked them, like, why? Why don't you get, if you like killing, why don't you get somebody that has a handicap or is blind? And the most said, well, that's too easy. And people gonna miss them. It's like, well, what's the difference between a hooker then? Well, they get in my car. They want the money. It's like a little game. It gives me a little joy. It gives me. It's a whole different. Europe and America is a whole different world about
Yes.
things. And I'm not okay. This is gonna be very weird, but I'm just wondering how many years would Bill get in the Netherlands if he has done this. And then in the Netherlands, they're gonna look at your motive and if you are mental ill.
Yeah.
So if they find out like Bill was mental ill or something behind that, it could go to like special facility or something. So I'm just wondering how long he would get in the Netherlands. That's the only thing I'm wondering for. Because I never heard of a hitman. Yeah, well, we have them in the Netherlands. Hit them, but it's all about drugs. So it's guys on scooters. They shoot you dead. They drive off, and it starts like you have a lot of interviews. Some guys do it for 300. Other guys do it for 5,000. Other guys do it for 500. It's most time little kids around like 16 to 18 years old. Hit and runs.
Well, the times, and if he gets out of the United States, it depends on the state. If he takes a plea deal, more likely he's going to get life without parole. But it could be a chance for the death penalty or to avoid it. I don't recall his number. Was it 5 or 6? So he could get, 6 life sentences, life without parole.
And that in America, life without parole means life until you die, right?
Yeah.
Because in Europe, life like in Norway, like my friend that you thought his name was Ayla. Oh man, I gave Jeff some European names to reach out to Europe to see if just to see him for himself how things work in Europe as an America person. And I gave him a couple times this name. I'm not gonna say the name because I want to have like permission first of this person. And Jeff told me like, oh yeah, let me grab my list of people I've sent to. And I was like, oh, I think this guy, his name's Ayla. And I said, Ayla? I said, that's the facility. And it was like, oh, fuck no. And I said, oh, fuck no. And Jeff was like, what? And I told Jeff, well, I wrote him like 3 days ago that you have sent him a letter.
Wasted 3 stamps.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
You could put that 3 stamps to Bill, man. You could use the 3 stamps for Bill. You hear that, Bill?
You can't send Bill mail in Panama.
You can't send Bill mail?
I don't think so. Never heard of anybody sending him mail.
Well, Bill, if you want some mail, but I said to him today, like, hey, maybe I can get you some chicks that can write you. And he was like, yeah, it would be awesome. So, Bill, if you can get mail, please let us know your information so we can, Jeff and I can write you and send you some cool photos of chickens. And we can ask people around us and we can put it on the internet as well to get you mail, man.
Yeah, if he likes that. I know he WhatsApp everybody.
Because that's a good quick. That's before we end this podcast. That's a good thing. Jeff, you and I was talking about, was it the last podcast as well? You was working on a little
starter kit.
Starter kits, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about it, man. What's going on with starter kits?
Well, as far as doing a contest of spreading the word of our podcast, the winner, we have to work out the details, but essentially you're going to win a specialized notebook of paper, and we're going to give you your own address book of people who will write you back, people of value. We're not going to go into detail what that means because that's a whole other podcast on its own, but people that are worth writing to, and it's not going to be bad shit.
Hey, right now, Bill's sending us a message.
Yeah, see
right
that.
now.
Yeah.
Literally right now. Wow, Bill wrote us a big thing. Holy crap.
Was it meant
What's
for us,
this?
or because sometimes he'll send messages to everybody? He might just copy and paste it to each.
Wow, this is a long message.
Yeah. So it's probably like a mass group message, and he just copy and paste it for everyone to read.
Oh, yeah, I think for sure, because, like, holy fuck. This isn't, bro, yeah, it's a bro, well, Bill, yeah.
Yeah, Brother Bill.
Yeah, and I asked him about the banana, but that would be awesome. Like he was tuning in right now in the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a good end to end this podcast because, like, Bill wrote us, we got something to read of Bill.
Yeah.
So for now, I want to thank you. This was like a surprise podcast. Like you getting 2 podcasts in 2 days. First, we had Jeff and his big booty farts, bitches. But Jason knew, of course. Knew.
Yes.
Today you got us motherfuckers again.
Again.
Those 2 ugly motherfuckers.
And then I spoke with Tina briefly through text.
Oh.
I said, we need another Tina talk. So there could be another one this week. And then you and I will definitely have one with Mab? What's her name?
Map herself.
Yes. So
She's an old officer, so
she has some good stories.
maybe man, what's day is Wednesday. Shit, man. So 3 days until I can get out the hole.
Yeah. You just got to sit tight.
No. Did you leave the peanuts at the door?
The floppy one, it's there. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, great.
Some spare
Did
batteries.
you get me like this? Oh, thank you. Yeah, because it's cold and dark in here, and oh man,
Well, it sounds like you're in the hole.
Oh man, yeah, I'm still here, man.
All right.
I found a little spot with like good. Don't you hear that? You hear that I'm in the hole, right? I mean,
I can hear the echo.
Nobody.
I heard it's chow time, so get ready for dinner. And on that
man.
note,
Yeah, but Bill's in the playing room, man, and I'm still here. Maybe I shouldn't call Trump a cunt. Fuck that.
doesn't matter from where you're at. You weren't even over here. What does he care if you're not even in the United States?
Well, he comes to Europe
Oh, yeah.
next month. I don't know if you know that, but he comes to Europe next month.
Oh, shit.
The NATO is in The Hague.
Okay.
So all the big countries will come to The Hague,
Right.
the place I was born, and they're gonna talk about. So if you guys don't hear from me next month, and somebody dropped like a big bomb on the Netherlands, and we all faded away, and then
I'll have to have
you
a
will
sit-in.
miss your favorite podcast, your weekly favorite podcast, that Jeff show, Talking with Demons.
On that note, thanks, everybody. Peace out.
Peace out. Whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop.